Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bearded Baker Banter. Welcome, Chet. Welcome, Trey. We are officially into football season. Thank you, Hall of Fame game.
Whew. Tell you what, man, we crawled there.
Crawled there.
Inch by inch. But hey, we're here.
Crawled there. Kind of felt like an army crawl when without pants on.
In mud.
In mud. In mud.
In mud.
Lots of
It's kind of going through a gravel phase, though. Pantless gravel phase, army crawling.
Yeah. Still, I feel like the preseason gets me even more like desperate for football. I don't know. Like it's not real yet, you know. Like, I mean, yeah, you can wager it. I get it, but it's still just, It's just, to me, it's like, okay, I want like the real deal. I want it quicker.
Yeah. Hey, but the more of these games trend, the closer we are to the real deal. That's why I'm okay with it.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll tell you
absolutely.
what, I've watched this game 10 times out of 10 over the Olympics.
Depends on the sport, but we could save that for the end.
All right. Fair enough.
Save that for the end.
Well, hey, and I'll tell you what, I don't know, watching a little bit of the Hall of Fame game and stuff yesterday. I know technically we were recording tonight, it's a weather delay. Did you guys see any of the kickoff new rule stuff? Anything of that sort?
Yeah, I mean, I knew about them, and I knew it kind of changed it, especially like the onside kick thing. I don't understand. Like that kind of takes away from the whole purpose of an onside kick is to catch a team off guard, get lucky. If you have to straight up tell them, hey, I'm going to do this, like, is there ever going to be one converted? Unless you like somehow find a science or a strategy that gives you an advantage, I don't understand how they're going to be effective at all anymore.
Yeah.
If we're talking that right now, I'm just going to say I think it's just the intermediate step before they completely eliminate it, and they go to the first, like the one chance to get 15 yards, and that's it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's the old. It's a UFL. Instead of doing an onside kick, you get like a one play to get so many yards. And
I don't like that. I think that's okay.
And that's what I'm saying. So I think they didn't want to look like they were jumping the gun to all the UFL, which used to be the XFL, right?
Right.
They didn't want to jump the gun and sit there and go to all the rule changes to them, saying they probably didn't want to give them too much credit, but now I think by, like you said, Trey, it defeats the purpose. I mean, I guess the question is really because how much does it truly matter?
Yeah.
Because when another team should be doing an onside kick, and I'm guessing they ran the numbers of, okay, listen, there's no teams out there anymore other than that probably the Saints in the Super Bowl that do a unexpected out of nowhere onside kick. So it's really not going to make that much of a difference.
But it eliminates that option, though.
I get it, but I guess it's just like, well, you guys weren't using this in the first place, so let's just take it away.
It's fair enough.
Don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Anyway.
No, I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I am a little frustrated, though, with some of the stuff with the fact that you got rookies that kind of seem a little bit like prima donnas. I know they're stars, but like Caleb Williams just not even playing the NFL yet. Like, even the fact I'm pretty sure Roma Dunze didn't even play. Like, that frustrates the hell out of me. And I think you're going to see it a lot more often with, some of these guys coming out asking for guaranteed money when you're out even playing it down to football in the NFL. I don't know. And I think you see a trend too with guys retiring a lot early now. I mean, what was it? Tariq Cohen, 28, 29?
I'm making this recommendation. I don't know if you guys are going to jump on board with this. Let's scrub the format. We're starting with the NFL tonight, boys.
Hey, dude,
we're already there. What are we poo-pooing about? Let's go.
Well,
let's go.
Let's poo-poo a Richard Pop Top.
There it is.
Cheers.
All right. So listen, Tyler, I'm with you on that. It's frustrating to hear, but then again, it like goes back to like, okay, you're now Caleb Williams was living the rookie, if not a better rookie lifestyle in college. So it's
I said the exact same thing.
So it's like it's gonna trickle I don't know. Is that a trickle upward? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like now that he's had a beautiful, a luxury penthouse while in Southern California, making millions of dollars, playing football, probably doing all online classes that are probably, basically taken by his tutors, because it just doesn't, it doesn't allegedly. Okay. But that's the thing is now you get in the NFL, it's like, hey, I got to protect my brand. I got to protect my name, image, and likeness. And I'm not going to make as much money, by one, I'm referring to sitting out, by, getting hurt in a preseason game or potentially getting hurt in a preseason game. But now it's also, hey, I want my money up front. I want it now. And it is.
You're okay with the Trent?
I'm not saying I like it, but I'm saying it's like, guys, it's too bad. Like we're there. Like
I'll have to listen back to the tune you were saying last week when we talked about this with Jordan Love, because I don't disagree with you.
Hold on. No. Where I was with Jordan Love was I didn't like the idea of I'm going to come to camp and just stand there and not practice. Once again, I understand the injury portion, but if he's their guy, shouldn't matter. Just shouldn't matter. They're going to pay him regardless whether or not he gets banged up in camp or not. I'm just saying.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong. The whole Trey, and this would be what they consider a sit in, right? That's what guys do now.
Hold in.
Yeah.
That eliminates the fine. Am I correct?
I mean, it also just
no. Like that's a question. Like
I don't know.
They don't
honestly don't know
if
the
they're
details.
as long as they're there. They can't get fined, but they don't have to practice. Am I right in saying that? Does anybody know?
I honestly don't know the details. If that's the case,
I think that's why they do that.
I mean, that's what what's his name in New England was doing. Matt, was it Judon?
Matthew Judon, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think honestly, what everything goes back to is it doesn't matter your contract anymore. Like your contract doesn't matter. Like Trent Williams with San Fran, he's got 2 years left on his contract. And he's 3 years left on his contract, and he's holding out. So it's like, every time the market resets, your contract, your contract, like now it's like I saw an interview with Patrick Mahomes of saying, well, do you feel, you're a Super Bowl winning champion and you're kind of underpaid now? And it's like, underpaid. You had a 10-year contract for $500, $600 some $1 million.
And 3 Super Bowls.
But on a yearly basis. Now, he said the right thing. He goes, no, because my contract is team friendly. Yeah. So yearly, yes, but long term, it's outrageous. But it goes back to the very beginning. I think it was Anthony Davis with the Pelicans in the NBA that started this downfall.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, quick breaking news. I know this is still from Thursday, but game was terminated. No longer being played tonight. So game ended in the third quarter. Hopefully that's not an omen for the NFL season. So we'll see. Let's just pump the brakes on that.
Yeah.
But
Jeez. Was the Bears?
Bears are bad. Bears are gonna be bad.
Let's hope. No. Where were we with football?
You want
hold-ins and all that money and
Trey, I got a touchdown turnover talking about the hold-in guy, Jordan Love.
Ooh.
Leave your what? Don't be.
It just blows my mind how much you guys hate. I don't know.
I touchdown or turnover. Jordan Love being ranked higher than Devontae Adams in the NFL top 100.
That's a fair question.
And hold on, and Sauce Gardner.
What are the ranks? Do you know that? Do you have those?
Devontae Adams is 40. Sauce Gardner was 38. Jordan Love was ranked 34, which he is ranked higher than a couple names just in this little section of it. Tua, Quinnen Williams for the Jets, Sauce Gardner for the Jets, Joe Burrow at 39 for the Bengals.
Jordan Love was ranked higher than Burrow?
I think it's because it's got to be based off last year, I'd imagine, right? I mean,
I do kind of think these 100 rankings are kind of silly and stupid because it is apples and oranges.
Yeah,
I'd like to know the criteria too, because I've seen some players like, if we're talking like potential,
they're voted on by the players themselves. That is the criteria. So my guess is they get to list their top 100 players in the offseason, and then they average them out and rank them that way. So where's personally, as you guys know,
28.
See, why aren't you asking about that?
Why would we ask you about it? Because you know the answer is from you.
Jesus.
But I don't know. I mean, I think one year where he went. I know the Raiders weren't any better, but Davante Adams, like, he's still probably. I know Justin Jefferson, but he's still up there, top 3, top 4 receivers.
Oh, man. I'm not even going to entertain this question because you have a better question sitting at your lap and you refuse to acknowledge it.
Hey, bring it up then. Touchdown, turnover. But I want to hear yours. So, Trey, touchdown, turnover.
I'd say turnover. If I'm being honest, turnover. I think Davante Adams has clearly had a better career at the position he plays than Jordan Love. Not to say that who's got more upside now in their careers. Obviously, Jordan Love does. Yeah, but he's only done it. He's only done it 1 year. Can he do it more? I think so. The fact that he's in front of Joe Burrow, I think, is a little crazy. I know, granted, Joe Burrow hasn't been available, but like I said, I don't know. I think that's crazy too. But I think what's even crazier is Brock Purdy at 28. That is insane. That is insane.
Can I say one crazier?
What quarterbacks are ahead of Brock?
Well, Tyler, I'm a fan of him, but I can go here once I got the next section. So Debo is at 30, Khalil Mack 29, Brock Purdy 28, Bosa 27, Mike Evans 26, Jalen Ramsey 25, Dexter Lawrence 24, Amon-Ra St. Brown 23, Penei Sewell 22, AJ Brown 21. Right now,
and then Trent, they did release
not all of it yet.
Yeah, 11 to 20 though.
Yeah, so the highest 49er right now, Trey, is actually at this point.
Bosa.
Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is going to be way up there, but Fred Warner is the highest at number 11.
Yep.
I think the guy that two guys. I mean, I know we're getting off touchdown turnover. Tyler, you didn't give me your piece on that, but two guys that I'm seeing at the most recently is Josh Allen being 12.
You think he's overrated or underrated?
Overrated. And then Tyler, I don't know. I mean,
number 18.
No, I mean, I love this guy, and he's on your team, but George Kittle being 14th.
Well,
that's high for him as a tight end because he didn't put up the huge numbers, did he?
Yeah, but I think it might go into blocking though too because he is one of the best blocking tight ends. The one that surprises me though is Justin Jefferson being 18. Justin Jefferson not being in the top 10 is absurd. And to real quickly go back to your Davante Adams thing, I think Davante should at least be 25 or higher.
Yeah.
Davante and Justin Jefferson are two of the best wide receivers in the league right now. And to have them both, out of the top 10 like that or out of the top 15 even is a little bit absurd. I mean, you have Dak Prescott at 16. Dak Prescott is number 16. And Trey, you ready for this one?
He's gonna love this.
Guess who's 15?
Jalen Hurts.
Yes. Jalen Hurts at 15.
Well, then, yeah, I mean, I don't give these any credibility whatsoever. Sorry.
No, it is absurd. And I mean, and this kind of looking at the Justin Jefferson thing, and this kind of takes me into something I did want to discuss with you guys too, is the only 99 wide receiver in Madden this year is Tyreek Hill. And I understand Justin Jefferson dealt with some injuries last year, but Justin Jefferson, and I feel like I say this every time we talk.
Generational talent.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that I think he's the 98, which, okay. But the fact that he is not a 99 and Tyreek Hill is, Tyreek Hill's great. I get it. He's super fast. I get it, but I don't know, man. Like, it's a little bit absurd. The other one, Trent, into your, rankings here, Jalen Ramsey at 25.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Come on, man. Like, dude, he's washed up.
Move on. Yeah.
He's terrible. Like, come on, he's old. He's not up there, man. He is not. He's not up there.
I would have thought the NFL players would have voted for a guy like Sauce higher than him.
I would put Sauce ahead of him.
Because if
they
you're going,
they all love Ramsey.
If you're going on recency bias, recent performance, like year in, like if you're going on that, or are you going on your history? Because if you're going on history, then Joe Burrow should be top 30, right? Like at the very least.
Sure.
But I don't know. I guess the touchdown turnovers come in like these top 100 rankings are legit touchdown turnover, and we're all on board at saying turnover, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah, and even Trent, I'm looking just quickly through some of these. The highest running back right now is, again, McCaffrey will obviously be in the top 10, but Derrick Henry at 49.
Wow.
Is your highest running back.
Wow.
And that's like, which again, that goes back to what we've talked about a lot, not to beat a dead horse, but like the running back situation. I mean, go into fantasy football with stuff like, who the hell are you taking? You have like 2 running backs, if that is like consistent in terms of like getting carries and being all right. Because besides that, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, there's some name. I don't know. I wish to trade to your point. I wish I could see some of the criteria with things. There you go, yeah. CJ Stroud 20.
Really? So that's got to be most recent year.
Really? Like even Micah Parsons at 17. I know Micah Parsons. People love him.
Good.
I don't think he's. I don't know. Maybe top 40.
I think he's top 15.
I will say this. I do agree with Fred Warner, bias aside. And I've said this to you guys before. I do think Fred Warner is one of the best middle linebackers in the game right now. If Patrick Willis made the Hall of Fame, Fred Warner should definitely make the Hall of Fame. Because I would make the argument that Fred Warner may end up having a little bit of a better career than Patrick Willis. And I love Patrick Willis.
As long as he doesn't retire early.
Yeah, well, and that goes into I'm telling you, some of these guys dipping out early. Like, I get it, but I also do think it kind of trickles back down into – we're not seeing the college NIL stuff with guys retiring at this point in time yet. But how many guys are going to retire now 26, 27?
Yeah.
Why would you not? You got your millions of dollars.
Especially defensive players.
And what is it?
You're smart, man.
Do you get – I'm pretty sure, don't you get after, like, it's most leagues, once you get your 10 years in or something like that?
You get tenure.
You get your, like benefits or something like that taken care of. Yeah. But, hey, average NFL career is less than 3 years. So,
hey, two big news things that we do have to talk about here. Number one, DeAndre Hopkins being sidelined 4 to 6 weeks with a knee injury. And then we also had Justin Herbert being in a boot for at least 2 weeks with plantar fascia.
Yeah.
So those are 2 big guys. I mean, I kind of feel a little bit for the Titans, especially because my wife's a fan, but that sucks. I know Hopkins wasn't, the best like he's been in the past, but like 4 to 6 weeks with a knee injury, I could definitely see being a little bit longer than 6 weeks. I could see that ended up being like an 8 to 12.
Do you know the actual diagnosis?
No, not yet.
Because if it's a sprain, he could be back in 4. He might be.
Yeah, but with his age nowadays, like, do you really want to rush it back? If I don't know.
He quoted. He was just quoted saying this is the best football team he's ever been a part of.
No way.
Yes.
It's interesting. Wow.
So Levis at quarterback, you got to think Burks at wide receiver and Calvin Ridley at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even count Burks, dude. Burks has been so overrated.
Yeah, but he'd be a good third option.
I was gonna say he's got the talent, Tyler, for sure.
He hasn't stayed healthy yet.
We'll see. But
the Justin Herbert news is very interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
That's the rest of me for
a little bit tired, guys. You guys a little tired?
Yeah, sorry.
I know.
Making
me on.
I'm okay with it.
I think I think it's a way to get him the rest before the season.
get out of camp, guys. Yeah, you're going to see the soft tissue injuries. You're going to see all that.
Yeah,
just get out of camp. That's all it is.
Yeah,
he's got a bad hammy. Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Sure.
Tyler, share your list that you have.
All right, so yeah, I do want to talk through this list with you guys. Do you want to start with best or the worst?
Let's go best.
All right, so best. USA Today ranked, I believe it was, yesterday, the top 10 best head coaches in the NFL. I'll go from 10 to 1 here. You had 10, Sean McDermott for the Bills, 9, DeMeco Ryans, Texans, Dan Campbell at 8, Zach Taylor at 7, John Harbaugh at 6, Matt LaFleur at 5, Kyle Shanahan at 4, Mike Tomlin at 3, Sean McVay at 2, and Andy Reid at number 1. Discrepancies, thoughts, anybody ranked too high, anybody ranked too low from that list? It's very interesting.
I can name 1, 2, 3 people on the list that one that should be on it, but I think is way too high, is Mike Tomlin at number 3. I know overall career, he's had a great career. Obviously never went below 500, but last couple of years they've been just around 500 and haven't done anything. So yeah, the career-wise he's great, but I don't know. I don't see him ranked above LaFleur or Shanahan, even Campbell for that matter.
Especially recently.
Right. And the other guy I think that's a little too high is Zach Taylor at 7. I don't even think he deserves to be in the top 10, to be honest with you. He's made it to a Super Bowl, but I don't know. That's about it, to be honest.
I could see him being like a 15.
Right. Yeah, like a middle of the road guy. He's not a bad coach, but he's not going to win you games by coaching.
I'd even say Sean McDermott should be there too.
Well, and Tyler, no, I don't think he should. I don't think he should be in the top 10. When I saw McDermott's name, I had a double take to make sure it was the list of the best, because I don't know how he's in the top 10. That's crazy. He's lucky to have his job.
Osama McDermott.
That's so messed up. Oh, he'll never live that down.
No, he won't. It's still funny.
Yeah, my initial reaction right away went to Sean McDermott. You guys know my feelings on him. Mm-hmm. Thought he should have been fired last year. Surprised that he wasn't fired last year. I think. There is some very, very accomplished coaches in this top 10 list, and having DeMeco Ryans in the top 10, once again, it kind of goes with, okay, show me again, right? Like if he comes in this year now with a better team, there's higher expectations, obviously, but DeMeco Ryans being in the top 10, are you basing this just off of the team or the actual coach itself? I guess I need more for him to actually say he should be in the top 10 picture there. Right. Dan Campbell's way too low.
Yeah, eight surprised me.
Yeah, because for me now you would say, yeah, but Trent, they've only had one good year. But he's really completed. That's a historical rebuild. The Lions are the Lions, right? Like, Like me being hyped on them all last year, you guys were like, yeah, but it's still the Lions, Trent. It's still the Lions, Trent. But he did take them. No. They were they essentially blew their opportunity at a Super Bowl. They blew it, right? And then I think the one that I would put higher is, I think this is kind of goes to a rivalry, is I feel like John Harbaugh should be higher than Mike Tomlin.
I agree with that, and I don't think Sean McVay should be too.
No, I don't mind McVay. All right,
McVay's in a unique situation.
Let's do this. Let's give our top 5.
Whew,
in order.
Yeah, in order.
Using this, I got Reid, I got Shanahan, I got Harbaugh, I got Dan Campbell. Then I'd put Mike Tomlin in there.
I'd put LaFleur above Tomlin recently.
Actually, check. Reid, Shanahan, Harbaugh, Campbell, McVay.
Interesting. I would go Reed, Shanahan, Harbaugh, Campbell, LaFleur.
Oh, that was so nice of you.
I think having LaFleur to 5, I think is a decent rank.
You said he's on the hot seat last year.
Yeah. Right. And he proved me wrong last year. They made the playoffs.
Sorry, guys. I
admit when I'm wrong. I admitted I was wrong with CJ Stroud last year.
Stirring the pot over here. Stirring the pot.
No, I think he was able to accomplish a lot of stuff with some talent that people didn't know a lot about. And I think the fact that they were able to go to the playoffs gave the Niners a run for their money that some people would argue they probably should have won. All right.
I think the biggest personnel difference to me was the quarterback change. And that's the biggest change there could be. That's the Packers, what they're known for, is they're able to keep a guy, put him on ice for a while, and then they're very fortunate that they turn out to be, I guess, I don't want to say at this point, there's 2 Hall of Famers and then one that we're still to be determined to see what happens.
Who's to be determined?
Love.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rodgers. I'm like, Rodgers is definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
No.
I literally thought you were talking about Bart Starr, Brett Favre, and then Rodgers to be determined.
That's true. Well, Bart Starr was I know. There were people in between Favre and Bart Starr.
I know, but that's where in my mind I'm like, Rodgers is definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Trey, what's your top 5?
From what I'm hearing, Trey, Packers are NFC Championship or bust.
Wow, who said that?
CBS Sports Radio.
Okay, well, good. I appreciate that. Here you go, Rich.
By the way, just to update the listeners real quick, Trey, before you give your top 5, Richard did reach out to me, so we will be closing up with that All-Star weekend bet with the NLAL. So appreciate you, Richard. Thank you for reaching out.
I'll take the perpetual tie. Thanks. Since it was my pick. It was my pick, guys.
Let me just rattle off my top 5, and then we can move on to the bottom coaches. 1, Andy Reid. 2, John Harbaugh. 3, Matt LaFleur. 4, Sean McVay. 5, Dan Campbell.
Such a dick.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Oh, okay. I'd put Shanahan at 5.
Oh wow! then he goes backtracks and.
Oops! I actually forgot about him. I did. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fine.
No, I'll put him in over Campbell.
Interesting. I think you guys rank McVay a little bit too high. I think McVay's just a hothead that had a lot of talent at one time. I don't think he's that good of a head coach.
I completely disagree with that. What he did with that team last year was pretty impressive, and I think he's going to do it again this year.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, let's just say that
it's going to come down to quarterback issues.
Like I said last week or 2 weeks ago, he has to win 6 games this year to be the all-time winningest coach in Rams history, and he's 38 years old.
Jeez.
So it is impressive.
I just hope Stafford's wife not sleeping with the backup Rams quarterback.
Who's that?
She literally ruined someone's life because of that. Jeez.
Yeah.
Tyler throwing allegations out there like that?
No. She admitted on a podcast.
What?
She went on she was sleeping and said to was it to motivate him or something? She said I slept with his backup while at Georgia to motivate him to
to ask her out,
blah blah blah. And then the sad thing is his actual backup is married to the girl that he was with in college at the time, throughout all of college, and has kids. So now they're having family animosity because she's like, wait a second, you slept with her while we were together in college? And And then she backtracked and was like, "Oh, that's not the right backup. I'm so sorry." Like she looked like an idiot. In other words,
Should kept her mouth shut.
Yeah, just she was doing it for clicks and looks and views.
Just shut up. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into the worst coaches. All right. So we're gonna start. It's kind of interesting here because I feel like a lot of these guys have not even coached yet.
Yeah.
So to give them top 10 worst, I guess they're looking at hiring. But again, this is from USA Today. We'll start with number 10, Mike McDonald from Seattle. Number 9 was Dave Canales. Canales, is that how you say it? From the Panthers. 8, Antonio Pierce from the Raiders. 7, Todd Bowles, Buccaneers. 6, Brian Callahan, Titans. 5, Robert Saleh, Jets. 4, Brian Dabble, the Giants. 3, Jared Mayo, the Patriots. 2, Matt Eberflus with the Bears. And number 1, Dennis Allen with the Saints. So, again, a lot of new names on there, which kind of frustrated me a little bit. I'll let you talk about it more, but the one that kind of surprised me a little bit, man, they're dogging Antonio Pierce, Trent. How do you feel about that
already?
Yeah,
and he helped motivate the team to win some damn games last year.
Yeah, I think he doesn't have a full season under his belt. I get that. Once again, need more of a sample size. Me personally, as a fan, I'm like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have even lower expectations to prove them wrong. Sure. I think in terms of the hire, don't get me wrong. There's big names out there that I'd love a big name guy. But then again, I look at the last 2 Raiders coaches, 2 of the biggest names, and they both really let the organization down. With John Gruden this time around. And then, I mean, when we got Josh McDaniels, when I learned that news, I was like, what? Like, how the hell did we get him from the Patriots? Like, he was never going to leave there. And that was a big old turd. Turd. Yeah, corny. So it is what it is. I mean, as Raiders, we can't deny the fact that we are one of the worst teams in about the past 2 decades. We're the second longest streak without a playoff win to the Miami Dolphins right now. Miami Dolphins are the only team that has a longer streak than we do to win a playoff game.
Really?
Wow.
Yes. Not make the playoffs.
It was the Lions until
right. Yes, so this year.
2002, Trent, was when you guys went to the Super Bowl, right?
I believe, 2002.
With Rich Gannon.
Yeah. Because I would have been 11. Yeah, I was 11 years old.
Yes, that sounds about right. So that would have been,
Yep. So it's been a long, hard life as a Raiders fan. But I'm loyal. My reaction to this is I agree with Dennis Allen. I think put him up there.
I agree too.
Former Raiders.
I have a guy.
I think top 2 Eberflus up there too.
Yeah. The other one that I'm going to say it probably could go up further is Robert Saleh.
I knew. Once I saw Saleh's name, I was like, here we go again.
Yeah, that should be higher. The one that I don't agree with, the one that I think could either be lower down on the list or off it at all, because I think he is a good coach. I might be biased with the way that he looks, but Brian Daboll. Daboll. Yeah, Daboll. Sorry. I think it's Daboll.
So and he was even coach of the year 2 years ago.
That's what I mean. It's just like last year, I get it, but like you lost your quarterback early. Now, granted, I mean, like Darren Waller's interview today was like, it's not Daniel Jones' fault. Like nobody could do anything behind that offensive line. But yeah, I just think I think give him. I don't know, I'm anxious to see because I think the Giants could be bad again, considering. I mean, I don't know what they really updated at their offensive line, but I do know they lost Saquon Barkley. And why the hell did they ever agree? I believe I talked to our one of our listeners, Bill, who is a Giants fan, like, why the hell would they ever agree to air that footage of him basically saying, "Hey, like Saquon, like you'll give me a chance, like if somebody offers, you'll contact me and allow us to counter offer." And then he learns that he's left and gone and joined the Eagles. Like it made that GM look like like a dummy.
Yeah.
And the organization looked very poorly upon that. But yeah, that's the name that I think should be. I think Saleh should be higher up on this list as bad coach. But then I think Dable should be down further, if not left off this list entirely.
I ask you this question though about Saleh, and I know Trey probably has more to say about it though. Is like Saleh's been dealt pretty shitty hand.
You had a top 5, you had a top 3 draft pick at quarterback.
Was Zach Wilson?
Yeah,
Dude,
you did.
Come on, man.
But is that all him though, or is that the GM?
That's an organization.
And then you bring in Rodgers and he gets hurt. Like I don't think you can put. I mean,
yeah.
I actually think like if you're going to put him down here, I think he's number 10.
I thought it looked like poor. They put all their eggs in one basket with Rodgers.
Who did? Saleh did?
The Jets did.
Okay.
And once again, don't get me wrong. I think Saleh is a great defensive coach. Head coach, I can't justify it.
He needs to come on home. He needs to come home.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be once he gets fired this year, he will be a really good D coordinator again. Like teams are going to want him to be their coordinator.
Do you know where he'll go?
I know because he's buddies with LaFleur.
No,
you're saying?
I don't think that.
Where?
I think he'll go to the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He does look like Jason Taylor.
And I'm sure McDaniel would love that.
He does.
No, I could see that. That's a good.
That's a good connection. Yeah, Mike McDaniel will be like, he'll like throw the bank at him before Shanahan can even like.
Which I would like to say, McDaniel and Stefanski were 2 guys I thought were left off the top 10. But anyway,
best coaches or bad?
Best coaches.
I think McDaniel needs to win a playoff game this year, though. Otherwise, you better watch his seat get hot.
He's not.
Wait,
because the Dolphins are good, right?
Stefanski's Browns, right?
Yeah, Browns.
Yeah, I agree, Trey. You know what? That's a good call. Stefanski should be on best coaches.
That's what I'm saying.
He's
top 10
coach of the year candidate. Yeah, how the hell
Mm-hmm.
did they leave him off? USA Today is in their shit.
But so looking at the top
fake news.
Yeah, looking at the top 10 worst coaches, there's one glaring coach that is missing, and it makes me insane that he's not on this list. Any guesses?
Ooh,
on the worst list?
Yep. I think he should be number 1.
Mike McCarthy?
No. Well, he should be on the list too, but not number 1.
Oh, Eagles.
Nope.
Oh. Ron Rivera.
No,
he's not
Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson not being on the top 10 worst coaches is a joke.
He's got a Super Bowl.
I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap.
No, Doug Peterson's not a worst coach.
Yes, he is.
No,
he's on the hot seat right away to start the season.
No, he's not.
If the Jags go 2-4, I guarantee 2-5, he's fired. Guaranteed.
Dude, and that'd be so dumb.
And he should be.
You're right, Trey.
And he should be.
Fired.
No,
another guy not on. I think Sirianni should at least be in the conversation, especially if we're going off last year's performance. Because, man, 10-1, and then you literally lose out. Like you lost the locker room. You had a great roster, and that was a pathetic downfall. The other one I already mentioned was Sean McDermott. I think he should be somewhat on that list too, and Mike McCarthy. Guys that I don't think Dable should be on there. I don't think Saleh should be as high as he is. Pierce, no idea why he's on that list. That's not fair at all. Same with the other 2 guys, Canales and McDonald. And Mayo, I don't think he's coached the season yet, has he?
No.
Yeah, so that's not. I don't think those guys deserve to be on the list. My top 5 that I would put is 1 Eberflus, 2 Peterson, 3 I'd put Todd Bowles, 4 Dennis Allen, and 5 I'd put Mike McCarthy.
I'd take Todd Bowles off this list. Again, admit when I'm wrong. Todd Bowles proved me wrong last year. Okay, and that's fine. But he had a pretty crappy year. You just signed Tristan Wirfs to a huge deal. You got Baker locked down, and you got Evans again. Like, your team's not really changed.
Exactly. And I think that's a problem. Evans is aging and old, and I don't think Mayfield's the answer. I think he's a doable quarterback, but he's not going to win you a Super Bowl.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't think he's a top 10 worst. I put him in kind of in the middle round. Maybe he's number 11 worst, but I don't put him in the top 10 worst.
That's stupid.
Name that was interesting that was left off both lists was Washington, Dan Quinn.
I thought about it, but I don't think he can be good, he can be bad. It just depends, I think.
I think he has a lot to prove after his Atlanta days. The other name that I think is very interesting left off of it, I would say probably more the top 10 list, is Jim Harbaugh.
Well, I don't think you can judge him yet.
That's why he's not on the top 10. But you want to look at what he did in the past. I think he was a good coach. He just won a national championship at Michigan. Maybe he cheated. Now Michigan's getting screwed. I don't know. It's a different conversation.
If they get the punishment like USC did, Jim Harbaugh goes up there with me on like Pete Carroll dislikability.
I'd agree with that.
Is it's bogus. He knew they got caught, and then see ya. Now, granted, they won the national championship, so if they do hand out some sort of extreme punishment, it looks awful. It looks awful for NCAA football.
The other one the other coach that's not on this at all is Sean Payton.
Yeah,
they wouldn't. I don't think they'd put him on either right now because once again he's got a Super Bowl. He had a lot of good runs with the Saints, but I'm just telling you right now, I think they're going to be one of the most overrated, and I don't even think they're already expected to be good, but whatever they're expected to be, I think they're going to be horrible.
I think a team that you need to watch, that you need to keep an eye on, is going to be the Minnesota Vikings. Keep an eye on the Vikings because I'm seeing a lot of good things from McCarthy at camp.
No defense.
I know it's camp. I understand. I know it's camp, but he has a very talented, generational talent wide receiver.
Yeah, I think if I was given a team, I think I gave it the other week. I think I'm not saying they're going to playoffs or anything or win a Super Bowl by any means, but I think a team that's going to overperform is the Cardinals.
Oh no.
I think Kyler Murray is going to have an okay year.
I think he has an okay year, and I'll say this: if he doesn't have an okay year, he's gone.
When I say no, he's big contract. Doesn't that matter?
Trade him.
I think with Harrison and with do they bring back Connor?
Yeah, James Conner.
Yeah, I think they could be okay out there.
Did you say James Harrison?
No, James Conner.
Connor.
Okay, Marvin Harrison.
I said they have Marvin Harrison Jr. I was saying, and then I said, don't they have Connor?
Okay.
Running back.
I was here. Okay,
because he's actually pretty good.
He's just a touchdown machine.
Yeah. Anytime touchdown bet, put it on my parlay every week.
Two other things I kind of saw that were interesting. One was on SportsCenter with Ryan Clark, where his bold prediction was that Justin Fields will lead the Steelers to the playoffs. That was one. And the second thing that I read yesterday was the fact that, again, this is not biased, and I think this would be a big mistake, is that Joe Milton could beat out Drake May for the starting quarterback position at the Patriots. So
I think they're trying.
Trey, yesterday.
Yeah,
I saw that too. I don't agree with that at all.
It's a big arm, dude.
It's to motivate him.
I also don't think Drake May's a great quarterback in the NFL, but
either do I. I think he's going to be a Trubisky 2.0.
Well, both North Carolina guys. Yep. Trust me, there's been plenty of college teams that I've said the same thing about, like Alabama quarterbacks. It's going to happen to Bryce Young. Is he going to do well this year? Probably not.
What about Jalen Hurts? Okay. I have a touchdown turnover for you guys. Kenny Pickett starts at least 1 or 2 games for the Eagles, not due to injury.
Turnover.
Okay.
Only way he starts is injury.
You think so?
They're more likely to get rid of Sirianni before Jalen Hurts, in my opinion.
So what if Jalen Hurts can't force a drive? He's throwing interceptions. He's like not like Eagles fans don't.
Then
they
you
don't
need
tolerate
to fire.
that.
Then you need to fire.
Well, and that's what I was going to say.
Then you need to fire your wonderful offensive coordinator named Kellen Moore.
No, what happened is Sirianni would get desperate, and he would need to make a change to save his job. I'm just saying.
Trey, I would say what has a better shot than what
Is
you
starting
said
due
happening.
to injury.
Well, but I'm saying I would say a different quarterback duo that has a better shot of the backup jumping the starter is Michael Penix over playing a game or two in Atlanta. And then Kirk Cousins is on the trading block.
Wow.
And the Raiders come in and take him, and we go with Kirk for a year and a half.
I could
with
see
no Devontae Adams because he's on the Jets.
Why are you such a Jets fan?
I'm not. It's just going to happen.
What can I tell you? What cracks me up about Trey defending Robert Saleh and the Jets so much is that
I don't
listen.
I don't defend
no.
him.
I defend him just as much as you do.
It's just
you defend him a lot more. I know, but it just cracks me up that you do defend Robert Saleh so much. And being the ex-49er D coordinator, it just cracks me up because I'm like, wow.
I like D'Amico Ryans. I like Mike McDaniel.
You don't like Kyle Shanahan,
I don't dislike Kyle Shanahan. I just think
Brock Purdy. That's for darn sure.
I think they're both just very overrated. That's all, especially Brock.
Oh my God, you're insane. You're insane.
I'm just saying. You put anyone.
I just want you guys to like. Beer bet already. Like if I were you guys, I'd be beer betting your regular season matchup. Like go.
If you guys had Jordan Love at quarterback, you would have beat the Chiefs in that Super Bowl.
No way.
Yes, you would have. 100%.
We would have lost by at least 10.
No, not a chance.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, let's not get there. But hey, we just
you did this, Trent. So stop.
I
don't.
No.
It's your fault. You're the one. No, you egg it on. You egg it on.
I usually do. But I will say this: you just brought up Robert Saleh, which started this argument again. It's a little tit for tat.
You brought up Brock Purdy.
I said he doesn't like any of those guys, but it just cracks me up. I never realized. I don't think growing up as kids, you guys ever hated each other's teams as much.
I don't hate the Packers.
I don't hate anybody's teams. My team.
Your son let it slip in front of me.
Yeah, you know what, Tyler? I will say I think the rivalry has gotten bigger since like Owen's been more aware of the sports world.
We were watching a game.
He can talk some smack.
We were watching
a
game, and something bad happened against the Panthers when the Packers were playing, and Tyler's like, "Oh, nice." And everyone's like, "Wait, Dad, I thought we don't like the Packers." And I'm sitting there going, "Oh, interesting." Okay.
I think honestly,
listen.
I don't know if Tyler would have told him to say it. I think Owen knows enough to get under people's skin. He's smarter than you think.
Oh, yeah. With that. Oh, he is. Especially when Owen. Just completely side note, but the other night, so Corey being a Phillies fan, right? Owen was like cheering against the Phillies when the Yankees were playing the Phillies, and I looked at Owen. I go, Owen. I was like, we don't ever cheer for the Yankees in this house. Like I was like. You have to understand, I said, and I tried to put it on his level to like understand it. As a 7-year-old, I said, you gotta understand, dude. I said, the Yankees, the Seahawks. It's like the same thing.
I'm gonna say Packers.
No. Like in division, this is who we hate. We hate the Seahawks. You gotta understand, dude, we hate the Yankees here, man. So
makes sense.
But even still, like he was like, okay. And then I'm like, man, come on. Because again, I don't hate the Phillies. He does it just because he loves the Orioles, but like I've never hated the Phillies. You know, I've cheered for the Phillies as long as they're not playing the Orioles. I'll cheer for the Phillies.
I would go as far to say this about the Phillies. I would make this comment. I would say if the Orioles aren't winning at all, I would want to see the Phillies win it all.
Sure, absolutely. I'd say the same thing.
Trey?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
I love that playoff atmosphere in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
it's a good atmosphere. Yeah.
I
All
think
right, so let's transition here to MLB because we're kind of getting it that way.
And I got
perfect transition.
I'll lead us off, boys.
So just a few things though with MLB wise, we talked about Phillies. Like, who would you? Hold on. So Trent, you said you would cheer for the Phillies if the Orioles weren't in it, right?
I would if the Orioles get knocked out, I would then start cheering for the Phillies. Yes.
Trey, who would you cheer for?
I'm surprised say the Phillies.
Yeah, he said he agreed. We all just agreed on.
I also really like the Diamondbacks a lot.
Oh, dude, you scared me.
I thought you were going to say the Dodgers. I thought he was going to say them too.
I was going to say, who are you?
I like the Diamondbacks. I saw a game in their stadium and it was fun.
It's cool.
It
was fun.
It was
honestly I don't think I could anymore, just because it is kind of becoming a little frustrating because the Orioles can't beat them right now. But growing up a Cleveland Indians fan, and now Cleveland constantly beating us and Cleveland being good, I'm like, son of a.
And we got two of the lowest payrolls in the league. We shouldn't be. Both of these teams shouldn't be that good.
Tyler, that would be like your karma coming back to, because you were, so to clarify to our listeners, Tyler has changed his technically. Technically, I'm not dogging him for it. He's changed two of his favorite teams. Oops, balloons. Two of his favorite teams in his lifetime, where he went from being a Blackhawks fan and became a Flyers fan full time.
Yep.
And he did. He said, "Hey, if they don't make the playoffs this year, I am openly saying that I am switching my fanhood." And he did, and he's all on board. But then the Blackhawks go on like a dynasty
after
a couple years after that.
Literally,
they beat the Flyers in the Stanley Cup, didn't they?
In the Stanley Cup.
Oh,
two years after I switched, technically. And but admit though, even though the Blackhawks were the better team in that Stanley Cup, I still cheered for the Flyers.
Yes.
Like I still cheer for and here's the funniest part. I'll let you tell my other switch, because then I'm going to tell you the interesting part.
Because
I always follow the Flyers. I like the Flyers. Go ahead.
I thought you were going. Okay. Anyway, and you also followed the Orioles growing up. That was the closest. I think growing up as kids, we all three of us obviously the same house. We went to more Orioles games.
Yep.
Yeah. Remember Cal Ripken gave me a baseball.
Oh gosh. Anyway, but anyway,
just try to hijack Tyler's memory.
I know. You weren't even born. It was me.
No, he wasn't even born.
I'm pretty sure Pop-Up had to hold me. I was still a baby.
I was saying, Trent, I don't even know if you were born yet, Trent.
I still got that ball.
I remembered it all.
It was Memorial Stadium. It was the old before Camden Yards.
I literally just finished a bottle and I was watching. I was like, "Holy crap, Kevin!" No, I'm just kidding.
I still have the ball, man.
Anyway, probably would take that. But so Tyler switched from being a Guardians do
not call them that.
Okay, Indians fan. What? Am I really? Is that
the Guardians fan? I would have never picked them if they were called the Guardians back then.
You were a big Chief Wahoo guy, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I got stickers. I got magnets.
Hey,
do it, Tyler. Do it.
Nope.
No, we're not doing it.
All right.
Anyway. Bunny ears. Damn you.
He could have done it.
But
no.
Yeah, he went from being a Indians fan and then gave up his fanhood in a similar fashion to buy into the. And then the Orioles, we were bad, and then we had a couple years where do we make a run to the AL championship, right? And lost to the Royals.
Well, I don't know, because they're for
that
a while
World
there.
Series.
It did. Remember, the Cleveland actually made a little bit of a run when they had Terry Francona.
Yeah.
From the Red Sox, and I'm like, oh, here we go again, just like the Flyers. All right, so interesting fact though. All right, so while I always did follow the Orioles, while I always did follow the Flyers, and like them too, but like they were kind of like secondary. My favorite player from the Blackhawks did end up going and playing with the Flyers later, which was Jeremy Roenick.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with my favorite player from the Cleveland Indians, went and played with the Orioles later in his career, and that was Albert Bell. So my favorite players did end up playing with the new favorite team. So, it's not like it was just completely random. One, I always followed him, but like two, my favorite player did switch and go to those teams. So just a little fun fact. But
yeah. All right. Well, hey, I would like to start us off with a ball, guys, if I may do so myself.
Go ahead.
Start off with your ball, Trent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first off, I'd like to circle back.
Don't say that.
I'd like to go back.
I'd like to revisit a prior conversation.
Okay. What's wrong with circling back? Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just remember. Okay. Anyway, I wasn't trying to on purpose. I swear to God. I want to start out with the news of the day. This is not actually my official ball. I guess it should.
What are we doing here?
Out for the season.
I knew it was coming. I was wondering where you're going to bring it in.
Yet another torn meniscus for the fish out of water, Mike Trout.
That's good. That's good.
So, you guys think I'm a hater?
This is like the third or fourth episode.
Well, this isn't even my official ball. This isn't my official ball.
But he's still being brought up.
2021. How many games did Mike Trout play in the second half of the season? 0.
What was his injury?
2022. How many games did Mike Trout play in the second half of the season? 40.
Okay.
Sorry,
angry.
2023. How many games did Mike Trout play in the second half of the season? 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
2024. How many in the second half? 0. He's
so 41 games in 4 years in the second half of the season.
I will be the first to pop on this podcast and totally make myself a ball if he comes back and has an all-star year and an MVP. I should say an MVP year.
That's not fair. All-star is fair.
All-stars kind of.
But no,
because if he's healthy, they're going to give it to him because he's the only guy for the Angels.
Let's say all-star because I don't think he's going to be on the Angels much longer.
Okay. Well, then you also are going to have to say if he returns to all-star caliber for a different team, you got to say, I told you so.
It's a Chris Sale effect.
Yeah. Sick. Get out. McCaffrey effect.
McCaffrey.
Stop. You shut your mouth.
It is a McCaffrey effect.
All right,
Tyler, go ahead and cross off Mike Trout of potential guests so we can have on our podcast.
Damn. Sorry, Mike. Anyway.
Yeah. Hold on. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean we have to cancel next week? Dang it.
Yeah.
I just talked to his agent, so
he's done next week now.
Yeah. He probably have an injured eardrum or vocal cord or something. Wow. All right. Anyway, so my ball
probably from listening to all your hate
is a super obvious one. It's the White Sox. Complete overhaul at the trade deadline. I told you I wanted to go back, revisit the Mike Trout thing. But anyway, 15, I think it might be worse now, game losing streak. This is the statistic about the White Sox that has made me more like what the hell is going on is the White Sox have yet to score a total of 40 runs this season.
Total?
No. I don't believe that.
I mean,
sorry. Scratch that. They don't have anybody on their roster that has scored 40 times.
Okay.
That's a big
I was going to say,
I'm sorry,
literally impossible.
I'm sorry. I misquoted my statistic.
We're over 100. They got shut out a record 80 games.
Whoa.
Well, you want to talk about a record, guys, which brings me to my last thing. Right now, they are on pace. They're on pace. Now, this is the White Sox. They're on pace to have the worst record. They're on pace to go 39-123.
Ever.
Yeah, the worst record ever was the Mets in 1962. They went 40-120. So it is a very bad time. I don't know if you guys saw like Jeff Passan's Pecan. I don't know if you saw his tweet
Pecan pie.
back in 2018 where he's like, wow, look at these guys under contract for the White Sox through 2026. Like, this could be a really good generation for White Sox fans.
To be fair, it should have been.
It should have been. It could have been. But it's now like, oh my gosh, crickets. Like,
yeah.
That color. And you know what? I wanted the guy. Crochet really screwed them.
Crochet.
Yeah,
by saying he wanted a long-term contract.
Long-term contract.
And to not throw out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he screwed him. He literally like prevented them from getting a great overhaul because, to be honest with you, I mean, I know like they have cap room, but it's like it's sad because what major star is going to want to go there right now? So
they're actually considered one of the biggest losers at the trade deadline. Losing is it Feed or Fetty? Eric Fetty. Fetty?
Oh, Fred?
No.
Eric Fred?
Yeah.
No, it's Fedde, Trey. It's not Fred.
Oh, I bet you there's an R.
There is an R.
There's not an R. No, there's not.
Yeah, bet him now.
I will bet you. No, I will bet you.
Okay, I'll bet you $5 it's actually Fred.
Oh, don't beer bet. Go.
Beer bet.
Yeah. Okay.
Great, Tyler, beer bet.
Typo. You just read a typo, Tyler.
Yes. I'll beer bet you too.
Fedde.
There's an R. It's just missing.
You're wrong, Tyler. You're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for that beer.
Wow. No.
I hate to do this on air. This is awkward.
Eric, you're saying it's Eric Freddy?
Yeah, there's an R.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yes, there is, dude. Don't. I'm not gonna let you get away with this.
It's Ski-Loo. Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry.
What is it? No, I guess Ski Low. Oh, it's Ski Low. Nope, sorry, man. He wasn't gonna tell me what it was. I go, what was it then? It was Ski Loo.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Tyler, I like IPAs.
Yeah,
you know what I like.
There you go.
That is a typo.
That's a typo, Tyler.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way it is.
Who's he play for?
Because
now?
that's now the Cardinals.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Okay, anyway, but go ahead, Tyler. What were you saying?
No, I'm saying they were one of the biggest losers. That's not a typo, guys. It's
Shit.
No, he's pitching tomorrow for the Cardinals.
Holy shit, you're right. I'm seeing it too.
So, Trey, I will take
Oh my gosh.
a double IPA. So
Wait a second.
6-pack.
Look at it. I always thought it was Freddie too.
It's not.
Tyler's demanding his 6-pack from you.
This is a Mandela effect, dude.
It's not. No, it's not. That's stupid. That you're actually challenging me as a guy that actually follows K-props every day for over 100 baseball games. I've looked at this guy's name every day for over 100 days.
This is nuts because I totally thought it was Freddie too. But it's Fetty, Trey.
I'm gonna have to look. Did he recently change it?
Oh my gosh.
It's totally Fetty.
This is absurd. It's on every single thing.
Jeez.
I'm on Fox Sports. I'm on the Score app.
No, wait. There's an article saying rumor Eric Freddy is the missing piece.
Where's that from?
Eric Freddy, 2017. It's only St. Louis. This is weird, guys.
Yeah, wait. This is Eric.
Class of 2011 MLB draft. Eric Freddy, Fredde. Tyler, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Trent, oh my gosh. You guys are insane. You guys are literally insane.
Here you go. This is from Perfect Games website. Eric Freddy.
What's that?
It's his college scouting information. All right, we were wasting way too much time on
Washington Nationals Eric Freddy.
What the heck?
You sure it's not a different person?
But then there's a bunch of people saying I see like Eric Fetty solid outing. Okay, we need to reach out to somebody for this. This is so weird.
Wait, because hoping Eric Freddy and Chris Flexen can have career years.
Okay. Yeah. MLB.com, Eric Fedde, Fedde. It's MLB.com. Just search his name right now. ERICK.
I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing like Freddy everywhere else.
We need to look it up. I have, you know what?
His nickname is Fettuccini. Okay, so it's not Fettuccini.
It could be Fettuccini. That'd be a sick nickname. Actually,
he pitches tomorrow.
It's Fettuccini.
Anyway, all right. So,
oh my God,
I'm seeing a lot of Freddies. Northeastern Sports Network. Eric Freddy.
Northeastern Sports Network. That's absurd.
So right now, we're gonna close this up and move on. We're gonna put a little marker in this, and we're gonna continue this conversation next week. But let's go on to some balls. Who's gonna
back me up on this is Fast Breaks, because he has tweeted about him as one of his K-prop guys. All right. So Eric Fedde, Tommy Pham, and Michael Kopech are the losers of the White Sox. So White Sox losers, done. All right, move on. Trey,
that's your ball.
No, we're still on your ball because getting on this Freddy stuff.
Fettuccine.
Absurd.
It is Freddy.
Oh my gosh.
No, my ball is, I don't know. I kind of have I'm like torn between my balls.
Right on the seam.
I'm gonna go with my ball is a specific thing. It's the Orioles trade to the Marlins for Trevor Rogers.
Fair enough.
I know, like I said, we always bring up the Orioles and stuff, but like that to me was just so lopsided, and I really think a lot of teams stretched for starting pitching at the deadline. I know Crochet and Scooble didn't get dealt. That's also part of my ball because I thought that would be cool to see like two big name pitchers actually have an impact on some teams down the stretch. Now they're just going to waste, at least this year.
And Mason Miller.
Well, he did that to himself, I think.
But I think that's bullshit. That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But either way, it's just like the overpaying for starting pitching that wasn't good. Eflin, I like that move. I think he's got a lot of potential. He's proven that he can play well, and I think he's experienced enough where he's not a project like Trevor Rogers is. Trevor Rogers has a lot of potential, but he's got to get there. I don't know. It was just, to me, I didn't like giving up Stowers and gosh, who's the other guy we gave up?
Norby,
yeah. And that will kind of segue into my wild pitch later on, but either way, I'll let you go with your ball, Tyler.
My ball is the fact that some of the winners of the trade deadline were the Dodgers. When you talk about the rich get richer, it frustrates me. I don't like the Dodgers as it is, but for them to get Edman, Rosario, Kopech, and then obviously Flaherty was a big one. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys are kind of indifferent about Flaherty. I really wanted Flaherty to come to the O's, but it is what it is. When they pulled him out of the rotation, I knew he was going somewhere, and I had my X account on notifications with Passan and with MLB stuff just to kind of see what would happen. And I think it was the next day.
No, it was that day. Remember, we bet Trey made the pick, and I said, I said our game. Trey's pick went away off all sports books. Said,
right? No, they pulled him, but they traded him the next day.
No, it was announced that day. I have it. I sent it to you guys.
Oh my god!
I think it was a little bit after the Eric Freddy trade.
I'll
dude. Wikipedia has him as Fedde.
Go ahead. Sorry, keep going.
But yeah, no, just my balls. The Dodgers being winners. It goes back to, hey, we can buy whoever we want. We'll do whatever we want. And I really, 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 really hope this year they don't even make the World Series. And I don't know. If you guys don't mind, that'll actually take me to my wild pitch. Is the
we got to do strikes, I thought.
Well, we'll get into strikes, but I'm going to go wild pitch because it's a good transition. So Dodgers don't make it out of the first round of the playoffs. That's my wild pitch.
Okay.
First round that they play. So I know that's a second round for some team, They don't make it. They don't make it past the. They don't make it past their first series that they play in the playoffs.
Divisional.
Tyler, can I piggyback you real quick? Because mine's quick. I'm kind of with you. I struggle for wild pitches because they're technically kind of like hot takes, but I'm a little different with how the playoff picture is now. But I was going to say that no 1 seed will make the World Series.
Ooh, that's good.
That's going to be a bold call, Tyler. I mean, what if the Orioles are in there?
Well, currently it is the Guardians and the Phillies.
So that'll change.
And I could have went even crazier wild pitch because I dabbled with it with the Phillies. I mean, once again, I told you they're like, hey, I'll cheer for them if I'm not cheering for the Orioles. I'm almost ready to say that the Braves are going to catch them at some point here in the division.
Say it. Don't say it.
Phillies have one of the hardest schedules remaining.
Yeah,
and it's not looking good.
Dude, it's
close.
There's still 6
get out of their
back.
slumps. Yeah.
All right, my wild pitch.
Hey, by the way, did you guys know the White Sox are on a 17-game losing streak?
Yes. He would have listened to my stats or my spiel.
Sorry, I was too busy trying to correct you guys on a pitcher's name.
That was after. But anyway, all right, go ahead, Trey.
My wild pitch, since we're on that, is that by the year 2030, the Miami Marlins. Okay, that's like 5 years from now, Trent. It's literally 5 seasons from now.
This is a wild pitch. Go now, man. Stop making future.
Because in 5 seasons from now, the Miami Marlins will be in a World Series.
5 seasons, though? Like, come on,
right.
Dude. That's like saying, hey, in 10 seasons, 49ers will have 1 Super Bowl win. Like, come on.
Probably not.
In 5 years... In 5 years, I'll be 5 years older.
Okay, Trent. Yeah, let's replay some of your wild pitches. The sun will rise tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's
5 years.
Good as 5 years. I'll be 5 years older.
In 5 years, I'll be over 40.
Wow.
Oh,
shut up. Just shut up. I will.
All right.
Sucks.
So, guys, I'll start us off. Why is that stuck in my head? Why is that? I don't even.
You're like a Gwen Stefani song, like circle back.
That's Holla Back Girl.
Holla Back Girl. Bananas, Bananas. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so I guess this. This isn't a wild pitch, but Colton Cowser, Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, whoa!
Is that your strike?
It's my strike.
You think he's going to win Rookie of the Year?
The current favorite for AL Rookie of the Year.
Is he really?
Yeah, the closest behind him is Luis Gil.
Okay.
Lou Gil.
Lou Gil.
From the Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you wanna try to like double your money quick or maybe a little bit more, depending on this whole new tax surcharge that DraftKings is rolling out. Bull crap.
Don't understand it.
Colton Cowser is plus 125 on DraftKings. And that is the
plus 125. Wow.
Yeah, and on FanDuel, he's minus 120. However, the reason I am saying this is a strike is because this will mean that for the second year in a row, the Orioles will get an additional extra first. That was kind of redundant. An extra first round draft pick in the upcoming draft. Because of MLB rules, if you play somebody that has the potential to win that award, you get that reimbursement. This goes back to, you guys are gonna have to you're gonna have to help me with his name. You guys remember the Cubs guy, third baseman? Chris Bryant. The Cubs pulled some crappy stuff where if they would have kept him up in the big leagues, they were going to have to pay him a heck of a lot more money. So they were going to send him down to save them. They were going to. They didn't end up doing it. I know there's more to it, but I'm just giving you the quick summarized version. So this incentive helps teams say, hey, yeah, if you bring up a really good young player early and he can win Rookie of the Year. So that is also why a lot of Orioles insiders are saying that the reason prospect Kobe Mayo is not up yet is after mid-August, they will bring him up and that will save his rookie status for the next year.
Yeah.
So just put that out there, chestnut checkers. So I know
Yeah.
we're not happy with the trade, but I do like that the fact that, hey, Colton Cowser has a shot to win Rookie of the Year and get the Orioles another draft pick. And we, in my opinion, Orioles are some of the best drafting team. We've hit on how many draft picks now?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, Tyler, you got me this shirt, I think. Dynamic
Yeah.
duo right here on
There
that
you go.
shirt.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Hit on those drafts right there. Whoop. Should have to show off my.
So I could be wrong. I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure Cowser is on a 15-game hit streak right now.
Wow. Jeez, Tyler, you don't do that, man.
We'll talk about those things.
Well, no, but I'm
I
just
know.
telling you, he's been hot, man. Like,
That's baseball.
if
dude.
you want to,
It's almost as hot as Eric Fetty.
Freddie.
no, but like, even
Yeah,
going
he's-
back to like, and I don't want to get too much into the Orioles stuff, but like, Gunner's been hitting well since he shaved his mustache.
Yeah.
Santander, man. Whoa.
Third in home runs.
Dude's a beast. He's past Gunner in home runs.
Rutschman's struggling.
Like,
But,
Rutschman's struggling, I know, but like, dude, they're putting some
They
things
are.
together right now, and I'll be interested to see what happens with the Vance Honeycutt stuff. I know he's an outfielder.
He can't come up this year.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'll be interested to see like how they use him going in the future, because I know that was a big question mark moving forward, because I think they had the Orioles had on Masson the other night, and they're in the one game, they had the GM in the booth and stuff to kind of talk through, hey, what's going on with the trade deadline. Actually, no, it was Tuesday, the day of the trade deadline stuff. And then they also brought up the fact, like, hey, what are you going to do here with Honeycutt? Like, anything going to happen? He's like, hey, there's will, there's way kind of thing. And they got it done today. So that was big for the Orioles. But I'll tell you what, man, to get that guy, looking at some of his stuff that he was able to do in college and stuff, they're doing all right.
Tough thing there is it's kind of been the story of the Orioles is it's almost like, and it's a good problem to have, but there's so many guys in front of him. I mean, I think his last name's Brakefield. Like him right there, he's center fielder, and he's one of the top. He's like the top 4 prospect right now too.
Right.
So it's a good issue to have lots of riches in the farm team. However, we are no longer the top farm team. The Rays.
Who did the Rays?
Yeah, which I don't really get, because they don't have more top 100 prospects than us, but I guess it's quality of prospects. But
Yeah.
Orioles are technically post trade deadline via fan graphs. I don't know how reliable that source is anyways, but
As reliable as your sources for your Freddie stuff.
Razor 1, Orioles 2, White Sox 3. This is scary. Dodgers 4.
Jeez.
You know who's last?
Phillies.
The Angels.
Oh, wow. That's not good.
That's not good, because Mike Trout's gone. So trade him, get him.
Get some draft picks, man.
He might retire anyway. So
Hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I see the Orioles actually released Pache?
No, they designated him for assignment, I thought.
send him down.
They cut somebody.
Yeah, well,
They traded for.
from their roster.
They cut somebody.
It's just send
And
him.
I'll tell you what's disappointing is that Mateo is on a 60-day IL.
He's done then.
Yeah, like that. Man, that was
This must have had damage.
Yeah.
It's all right. Time to shine. It's holiday season.
So as I say, it's Jackson holiday season. Shout out to BreakingT.com for running a Jackson holiday special tonight on T-shirts. Jackson holiday T-shirts. So
Did you
I
get
only had one or two, but no, I didn't. But it's kind of cool. I got an email about it.
I got a nice dong bong shirt. The dong bong shirt. Yeah, this is water. I'm just trying.
Also, the one I also got you.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. I said I have a
yeah.
nice from that website. So relax.
Dude,
guys.
Breaking T, man. I got my Suns Out, Guns Out shirt from them. Shout out to BreakingT.com.
It's not called that anymore, is it? It's called like the Homer hose or something, or the
Homer
no, it's
hose.
Remember we talked about this, Steve?
Hydration station.
They called it dong bong, but then I think the TV announcers caught a bunch of crap for actually calling it that. Then they called it the Homer hose. Then that has some bad annotation too, and then
connotation.
Whatever. Tomato.
No, it's not tomato. It's not annotation.
I'm not disagreeing. I know. I'm not an English guy. Anyway, and then hydration station is the final. But hey, you guys gotta get your strikes in. Let's go.
My strike is just how close these divisions are. I don't like the Orioles-Yankees closeness, but you got the Padres and the Dodgers. Like you said, Trent, the Phillies, Braves, and Mets kind of got a thing coming up here. Astros, Mariners, like there's no clear cut. Like sometimes you see a team like the Dodgers up by 20 games, or the Braves up by 20 games, and it's not like that this year. I think that's kind of fun. Every game means something down the stretch.
My strike again. I don't want to just be completely biased to Orioles. Like I like to give credit where credit's due. Is my strike is the fact that Bobby Witt Jr. from the Kansas City Royals is playing out of his mind in July. Yeah, this is from Underdog MLB's X account. 489 batting average, 520 on base percentage, 7 home runs, 22 RBIs, and 26 runs. Leads the MLB in batting average and hits this season. So Bobby Witt Jr., since the All-Star break, man, has come under just complete fire. He is just on fire, crushing it. But one other thing that I would like to kind of just point out, not necessarily ball strike, wild pitch, but there was some awards given out recently with baseball that kind of perturbed me a little bit. And those awards were called the Heart and Hustle Awards. Not really sure what the criteria is for those. Shout out to Gunnar Henderson for getting the Heart and Hustle Award for the Orioles. But the one that actually annoyed me a little bit was Anthony Volpe getting it from the Yankees, because I think he's a douche. That's just
wow.
That's just my opinion.
I think he's a douche. There goes New York media, Trey. Jeez.
You already know. You already hit him out, Chet.
Yeah.
You already hit him.
Guess we got a canceled 2-week episode. He was coming on,
Cross out our next guest. Jeez.
Never would we have that guy on, because I think he's an idiot. Anthony Volpe, dude, he's a slime ball.
Okay.
Oh,
he commits a ton of errors. Like, man, we'll talk about it off air, but like, I don't like Volpe.
So, I like that.
The fact that,
for Yankees' sake.
Yeah. No, he's a sleazeball.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the story for the day.
All right.
So we say we wanted to end with? I know I thought we said we wanted to end with something real quick. Or we good?
Oh, Trey, you made the comment of Olympic sport. Your favorite?
Yes.
I would like to know your favorite Olympic sport that you were viewing.
Ooh.
Summer sport?
Well, yeah, that's what's going on.
I like the women's gymnastics. But
anyway, okay.
You just asked me a question. I answered it. I don't know what.
Yeah, I like. Yeah, no.
Swimming's fun to watch too. Like,
I was say, all the swimming is awesome, especially, but nothing. It's not as like big anymore now that like Phelps isn't in. But
there's some big names though.
I know.
The one guy from France right now is on fire.
Who trains with Phelps' coach?
Yes, that guy.
But although, did you see Phelps hinted at a 2028 return?
Not a chance.
Oh man, no way.
Yep. He said he could do a 200. Oh man, this is bad. What does IM mean? 200 something.
Intermediate.
He said he thinks he could.
I think it's individual medley.
Okay, yeah, that is individual medley. He says when he left swimming, like really hung it up. He said he was still doing better than the top people now. So he thinks if you give him 4 years to train and let him just do that event, he thinks he might be able to qualify and win.
Well, that's a tough one because you got to do 4 different strokes, and
he's
up one, back one.
I want him to do it, but he's got everything to lose and nothing to gain because he's already the best Olympian of all time.
Yeah.
But my favorite is literally, and no jokes or anything about it, but like literally any form of volleyball. Like I like the 2v2 volleyball beach. I like full team volleyball. You name it. It's like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's one of the most entertaining sports to watch. It is. I don't know how those guys stand there or girls stand there and like are actually able to save a shot that is just absolutely rocketed at them. And they can just like, oh yeah, no big deal, boom, right up in the air. It's nuts.
It's not that hard.
I think the one I actually like to watch is, and it just kind of blows my mind, is ping pong.
Yeah.
Watching some of those ping pong players play, like, holy cow! Like, what's going on? Like, it's nuts. No, but a medal count, real quick. This is updated. United States shout out is number 1 right now. Medals 37.
Yeah, but not in gold.
No, I'll get there. Just give me a second. France is 2 with 27, and then China is in third right now with 24. China does lead right now with 11 gold. United States does have 9 golds.
How about that Turkish guy? That Turkish shooter.
Within reach.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he was a dude. Hand in the pocket.
Did you see
hand in the pocket.
Dude, it was awesome. Did Turkey send a hitman to the Olympics?
Yeah.
I never know anymore if they're real quotes, but he's like, I'm a shooter. I don't need any equipment or specialized equipment.
Did you hear how he got into it?
That was an actual quote.
That was a real quote. Okay,
the one fake quote I saw was about his ex-wife with like just
giving my
fake? Dog back. I think it was.
Oh no, I heard that he got into shooting as a way to relieve stress from a bad divorce.
Oh, gee,
maybe it was.
And that's how he was taught. He said he went in his jeans and his t-shirt and didn't have any other equipment. He just went there and got really good.
Jeez,
yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. That is cool. That is. You got to figure that we are going to catch up on some golds with men's and women's basketball. We're going to get those 2 golds.
I wouldn't bank on that.
Not men's and women's basketball. We're going to get gold. I don't
barely beat South Sudan.
No, we just crushed South Sudan.
So we just crushed them.
Yeah, but in the practice round.
Yeah, practice.
Well, we just crushed them in the real round.
Do you know who their like head coach and South Sudan's leading person in basketball is?
Well, Luol Deng is not their head coach, but he's
their of operations. Yeah.
All out of his own pocket.
Yeah, he's gonna build the first and only indoor court in South Sudan next year.
Luol Deng, huh?
Lakers are still paying him that huge contract for not even playing there.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go Duke.
Hey, I'd also like to give a shout out to women's. Shoot, I just can't even think of it. I just lost
rugby.
Rugby. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, what that was!
I almost said Australian rules football, and I was like, no, that's not it. Australian rugby. That was nuts.
Did I break it to you when I sent it to you?
You did. You did break it to me, and that was amazing,
dude. I was watching it, and I was like, this has to be all over Twitter, X, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, dude, it totally reminded me of Alabama Auburn Iron Bowl.
Yeah. Yes. With the return kick.
Everything was like being like kind of like packed up. Yep. Okay, this is it. Okay,
we got it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my Lord. Like that was
well, and then the fact that like they tie it, right? And then you still have to make the kick.
Yeah.
And I know it was, right there, like pretty easy, but like at the same time, like still that was outstanding. That was the first medal in rugby for the United States in over 100 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Men's gymnastics first ever medal, right? For US.
I'm not sure about that stat.
We've never won a medal in handball.
Dude, okay. Can we just say something about handball? I just had this conversation with my wife the other night. Or actually, it might have been today. I'm watching it, and I'm like, this is literally like a sport that you feel like you could just pick up and be like, yeah, I could be an Olympian in this.
That's exactly what I did. I not say that? I said, you let me train for handball my whole life, I win a gold medal. I guarantee.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Your team has to be good, but yeah.
So find a good group of friends that are athletic, and you guys train their whole lives.
Hey, I see 3 athletes right here.
Right,
let's go handball.
We could be like the men's curling team. In our mid-30s, win a gold medal.
Thanks for saying 30s, not 40s, because I'll be there.
Hey, soon. We did play it in gym class.
Handball?
Oh yeah.
Shoot, Trey, in 4 years I'll be in my 40s though.
Well, it's all right. Experience, wisdom. That's all that matters. That's all you need.
You're gonna be all fixed up after this summer. You're gonna be great, or this fall. You're ready to go.
Have some mesh.
Okay. Don't have a vagina.
Okay.
Just heard you.
Hey.
All right. Well,
I'd like to shout out Adam Kraus winning the 6th annual NNT this past weekend.
Yeah. And not a shout out to US Golf for not having Bryson DeChambeau on the team because
It's a shame. You should be there.
Anyway, sorry. Positive note: Orioles offense is back. Let's go. Come on.
Let's go. Let's go, O's.
Big
Come on.
4-game series.
All right,
boys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good weekend.
Take it easy.
Let's have an August.
Let's go.